Welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. Now, hopefully, this time we'll be able to do what we want to do. Because I'm not blaming OBS, but last time I recorded, the frame rate just would not keep up. So when I ended the recording, I realized that the entire video was just, you know, freezing consistently. Everything just recorded in blotches. So hopefully it works this time. Um, I don't know if it was OBS, the computer, or the fact that I was using my mouse for the first time. I don't know why that would be of any relation to the problem. There's just some lag right there. But I guess we'll see. Because like it would just be horrible moments of the game just slowly going, my voice just crackling in and out, and be in areas I knew that it was not lagging, or at least it wasn't lagging as hard as the recording looked. Because I mean, the main factor was it would happen during when I was talking, and it just would not even have me going in perfectly. Like I said, it would just be blotchy. It would just be like scrambled. You'd hear one word, and then like 8 words later, you'd finally hear the next word. Except it wouldn't be the next word; it would be the ninth word. I don't know. Hopefully, this recording doesn't go as badly, because apparently in the hour I recorded, and yes, New Vegas didn't crash, but in that hour, OBS had 30 frame rate fails. 30. And they would last. Like, I'm talking a good chunk. We're talking like this one moment of me just walking in Freeside, like a whole minute and 47 seconds of it just like stop and going, stop and go, stop and go. Just like, and I was talking the entire time. This is like the main conversation we seem to be having, just the complications of getting the recording to go through. Either it's New Vegas that has the problem, or the computer has the problem, or OBS just decides to have the problem. But like I said, I plugged in my mouse for the first time, and that was the first time OBS just showed me that it took a giant dump on everything. So I really hope that doesn't happen with this recording. I hope that we get good footage. See, if the frame rate drops like, I don't know, 5, maybe 10 times, and they're not horrible, like, I don't mind you guys seeing the frame rate drop in-game, but it dropping from OBS, the recording, like, ouch. Big ouch. For me, not them. It definitely probably wasn't their fault. Because, like I've discussed with you before, using a gaming laptop, it's 2.5 years old. One of the cooling fans is just completely dead, and I'm still playing through with it because, I don't really have anything better. Because the CPU on my PC, my actual PC, dead, completely dead, not usable. So, yeah, there's that. I took like the road the entire way there, but we're just gonna cut through because I've explored all this so much. Um, so yeah, uh, probably still see some of the things I noticed in my first playthrough. Not my first. Well, of course, we'll see things through my first playthrough. And some things that weren't there, like the gun runners. The gun runners were definitely not there when I first played this game. I first played this game when it got released. Um, I bought it 2 weeks after the day of launch, and I believe that was on my PS3, my PlayStation 3. Um, yeah, yep. And then I did not get any of the DLCs until they released the Fallout New Vegas Game of the Year edition. Oh, one of the manholes around here, I think I talked about. Uh, I forgot. It's called the Thorn, I believe. If you do quests, you collect eggs, you can fight creatures, blah blah blah. You get a unique gun. You do not get that option if you don't choose um what is it? Wild Wasteland for your one of your wacky skill perks in the beginning of the game. Um, Not that big of an issue. I'm not a big shotgun person. So the building I'm gonna walk towards on our right is where OBS could not function for some reason. One of the areas. I'm telling you, it was just. I'm pretty sure the entire video was just cracked out, not usable. Because I mean, majority of the parts were just like me talking, and like you couldn't understand anything I was saying. I've never. Want to talk? We'll talk to him eventually. I've never spoken to him. That's very interesting. And I made mention to the fact that most of the crap you can do in this game or in this area will side by side go with missions. So we'll speak to a lot of people. We'll get a lot of missions. We'll pretty much clear out the objectives in Freeside.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph.
There's one thing though that I think can be skipped. If you go straight to the Kings, you just start doing the Freeside mission to get into New Vegas. But there's a dude at the end here we can speak to, and he informs us of some useful information. You know, if you played for the first time and had no idea what was going on, you're just following your little arrow on the compass to the left bottom of the screen. So we'll do that. This is kind of seeming like a walkthrough, but it really isn't. I just don't know what else to talk about.
You look
This
good
guy.
at Freeside, so here's a little advice, friend. Don't go past the Southgate greeter without talking to it first.
Why wouldn't I want to go past the greeter?
Those bots are programmed to vaporize anyone who enters the fenced-in area without authorization from the greeter.
Thanks for the free advice. Who are you?
The name's Old Ben. I've been living in Freeside since the day I was born.
What's your story?
I've done a bit of everything around here. Courier, butcher, crier, escort, gun for hire. Some of which I'm not proud of, but I do my best to help around town when needed.
Courier. I used to be a courier before I got shot in the head.
Exactly one of the reasons I got out of that job. Too many shifty characters looking to have someone else move their hot items.
Butcher, how did you get into that?
My father ran a butcher shop here in town, but business went downhill when another vendor started selling this strange meat at half our prices.
That sounds odd.
You're telling me, not long after my father's shop went under and he passed away from the loss, people around town started experiencing shakes. No one gets shakes like that unless they're eating human flesh. But no one would believe me. The sick bastard gradually went insane and passed away. Wasn't long before someone moved into the guy's place and found half-buried human remains in the crawl space. I didn't bother saying told you so.
Crier. What was that job?
After a while, I made enough money to get a passport into Vegas. Back then, you could get approved for entry for a fraction of what it costs now. Well, I got a job working as a crier outside of the Tops, advertising for the local talent performing at the casino. That didn't last long.
What happened?
Well, being a suave young guy, I chatted up the ladies from time to time, and one of the manager's girls started to take a liking to me. I never touched the woman, but the jealous prick decided it was my time to go. He framed me by saying I'd stolen from the casino. Sure enough, a few grand was missing from the casino vault. I have to assume the bastard stole the funds and figured I was a convenient fall guy.
That's horrible.
Yeah, but what can you do? I was stripped of my casino apartment and all of my belongings and booted back into Freeside. From there, I didn't have a lot of career options, as my rep was destroyed. So the escort job sort of fell into my lap. No pun intended.
You said escort, like armed guard?
Well, I suppose you could look at it that way, but I was packing a whole different kind of heat. No, escort just sounds better than man-whore.
Oh, I could never do that.
Well, I didn't have any other career opportunities open to me at the time, and had to make ends meet. I was good at it, too, but after a while I just felt like a piece of meat and had to quit.
Gun for hire.
When I quit the escort job, I had enough money to buy a pistol belt and some other gear. Bodyguards make a good, honest living, and I had the wits and physical build to handle most thugs. After saving a few tourists from trouble, I got a reputation for being a stand-up guy again, and after a decade, managed to save up enough to retire. All right. Bye.
Let's talk about goodbye. Okay, so he's informed us. Oh, wait. We can watch this. Then
Submit to a credit check or present your passport before proceeding to the gate. Trespassers will be shot.
credit check. What's that for?
Admission to the strip requires an official passport or proof that you are carrying the required minimum balance. These policies prevent less reputable persons from entering and ensure a good time will be had by all who enter the strip.
Bye.
Please return when you have sufficient cash or passport.
Yep, you got it, buddy. Now we go talk to the king. Just realized I'm not holding what I want to hold. We're not exactly going to be in indoor fights for a good minute. Usually I get fearful of black loading screens because it
What do we
usually
have
means
here?
the game's not
Another
loading
petitioner
anyway.
for the king?
Because, you don't get tips and tricks about the game, then what's the game doing? Yes, I'd like to see the king if possible.
Anything's possible, I suppose. How much is it worth to you to meet the big man?
He exits the dialogue if I say 5 caps, and I know he takes 50 caps.
You know what? I think you and the king have some business to discuss.
Do I actually
Head on through.
lose the
King's the
caps?
bored-looking guy by the stage. Can't fucking miss him.
I do. Last time I didn't see that notification.
Look, Rexy, someone new's come to see us. Poor boy. He hasn't been feeling well lately. I'm the king. What can I do for you?
Do you always charge people to come talk to you?
Charge? Pays must be at it again. What did he take you for?
50 caps.
That's Pace for you. He means well, but he doesn't like strangers. Here, to make amends. Now, what can I do for you?
I figured you might have some work for me.
Maybe so. Maybe so. You look like you might be able to handle yourself. Tell you what, you do me a favor, and I'll have some more work for you when it's done. Sound good?
What do you need me to do?
I'll start you off with something easy. Did you notice the bodyguards for hire near the gates when you entered Freeside?
Nope, I did not. No, I must miss them.
It's good money if you can stay alive long enough. Freeside's not as safe as it used to be, so the money is well earned. Usually well earned, that is. Recently, my man tell me that one of those bodyguards, a fella named Oris, is making a little too much money. He's making a killing in repeat business. Once someone hires him, they never want anyone else. I want you to find out why. Specifically, I want you to hire him. Play the part of an innocent tourist and follow his lead. If nothing happens, so be it. But I'm guessing things won't go so smoothly. Call it a hunch. So, what do you say?
Sure.
Okay then. Once you part ways, return here. I'll look forward to hearing your report. Oh, and take this to cover the hiring cost.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, the main reason why we didn't see these people is because we walked past a different route. We came in through a different doorway. And the escorts are on the other doorway, which is interesting. You'd think
It can
there'd
bought.
be
It can be
some
founded. Mickey
guards
Ralph's.
on both
Come
doorways.
to Mickey Ralph's for all your shopping needs.
The hell was that noise?
If you need to cross Freeside, no one will keep you safer than I will.
How much for your services?
200 caps gets you my watchful eye for a trip to the South Gate.
Why do I need a bodyguard crossing Freeside?
Just look around. People here are as like to stab you as say hello. That is, if I weren't at your side. 200 caps gets you my watch.
He already said that. What if I'm not going to the South Gate?
Sorry, but all the people with real money are heading for the Strip, so that's the way I go. You want to go somewhere else? Hire one of these losers. Done and done. I want to mention a few things up front. In order to ensure your safety, I need you to follow my instructions to the letter. We'll be heading down the main street here the whole way down. No detours. You go off sightseeing, and I go off to find another customer. I'll keep a brisk pace, so try not to fall behind. Now let's head out.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't look strange. The person that just hired me was digging through the trash.
Here's the old Mormon fort. You get roughed up, the followers there will patch you right up. Not that I ever need their services. Up ahead on the next block is where the Kings hang out. Don't let them scare you.
We've got stuff
They
we're
don't
not even
outnumber you
allowed
5
to
to 1.
sell, people. Only.
Down to the right here is the fun part of town. You haven't seen Freeside till you've been to the Wrangler. Hey, slow down. I don't like the look of some of those men ahead. Let's take a different way around.
They don't look that tough. I think Boone could take him. Look how fast he runs. Just speeds away.
nothing to worry about. If you had hired one of those other hacks, you'd be up to your ass in lowlife right about now.
Intelligence! I'm smart. Hey, you only fired 3 shots, and there are 4 guys there.
Noticed that, did you? I keenly aimed one of the shots through some soft tissue of one of them to hit the man behind him.
And why would he die from that? Or you just fake this whole thing to drum up a repeat business?
That's an interesting theory you've got there. I'd suggest you keep it to yourself. Let's get moving.
Oh, I don't have barter. After you.
Stay close. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you.
I don't think it really matters to check all of them, but they are obviously not dead.
Well, here we are. No worse for wear, are you? I trust that if you need to cross Freeside again, you'll know who to hire.
Yeah, we can't confront him after he says that, so he's just gonna meander his way back to his little corner. We're gonna go to the Kings. You okay, buddy? You're running funny there. Weird.
What do you have for me?
Horse is a fraud. He fakes attacks on his clients and then plays hero.
So that's how it happens. Okay then. I'll have some guys pull him off the street when no one's looking. You've shown me something, so maybe you can help me with a matter that's a little more important. A lot of folks around these parts who've been here a while resent the sheer number of people that have come into the area since the strip was built. In turn, the newcomers, most of whom come from the NCR, have gotten ornery from being resented. Sometimes things get violent. This is one of those occasions. Recently, a few friends of mine were attacked, and I want you to find out who did it. Word's come that they just woke up over at the old Mormon fort just north of here. Head on over, see if they remember anything.
You got it. I'll head over right away.
Good. I like that enthusiasm. Return when you have some information we can use.
Yes, Captain.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
You're not really in a great spot, you know. Mick and Ralph's is like literally at the front door. I have to silence my phone. There we go. Now it's quiet.
What is it? Can't you see I want to be left alone with my friend here?
The king asked me to look into your attack. So no.
Oh, that's different then. How can I help? I'll do anything to get the bastards that did this.
Can you tell me about the attack?
Well, it happened at night, around 11. We'd recently made some caps off a bit of scrap we found and wanted to invest it wisely. As we were leaving the Wrangler, we must have taken a wrong turn and ended up in the squatter side of town. From out of nowhere, these big guys show up and start barking questions at us, wanted to know if we were locals. The kid there's about as proud as a local around here gets, and started yelling back at him. Then all hell broke loose. Kid got the worst of it, sad to say.
Do you remember anything about the people who attacked you?
They were big guys, young, too. No old geezers like me. Hell, none of them looked even half my age. I was mostly face down in the dirt, begging for my life when it happened, so I only got a quick look at them.
I have to get going.
I hope you find the
Apparently, I'm
bastards that
done
did
with this
this.
conversation.
If you want, try asking my friend Wayne over there about him. He saw more than I did. Wayne was
Wayne?
okay. The king sent him.
That true? Did the king really send you?
Nope. Yeah, and anything you could tell me about what happened might help.
I don't really know what else I can add. There were a bunch of guys, better dressed than most Freesiders, I guess. That help?
Every bit help, thanks.
Sorry I couldn't help more, especially since you're being so nice. Hey, wait, I just remembered something. I might have heard one of the guys that attacked us call another by name. We had just about had it when one of them said, "Hey, Lou, we gotta go." At least I think he said Lou. Might have been something else. Now that I think of it, he said Lou something. Something with a T. Tennant, that's what he called him. Lieutenant.
He probably said Lieutenant Wayne. The boy means well, but he's dumb as a mutant sometimes.
It's great. Nice to see your great friends. Okay, goodbye. Come on, Boone. Eddie. Let's go. Let's go and hope the recording is doing solid so far.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
I highly doubt that, kid. But you keep selling it.
Hey,
Hi. And goodbye. I'm walking through a door right now, and, okay, we have to go up 2 sets of stairs. They're pretty much towards the back. And he's in the second door.
what's up?
Nothing much.
Have you found anything out? Or were you just here to chat?
Never. The local men were attacked by soldiers. One of the men was identified by rank.
Bunch of soldier boys, huh? They usually don't come around these parts since their big base is on the other side of the strip. If they're coming over here now, it's gotta be for a reason. I didn't want to believe the rumors that they're looking to take over Vegas, but now, if something big is going down, I'm sure rumors of it will have spread. Ask around, particularly in the squatter areas where the NCR folk hang. You might also mosey on over to the Mormon fort and chat Julie Farkas up. The followers tend to be in the know about these things. Just don't ask her what to do about it. She'll probably ask you to hug someone or something.
It's great. Going to Julie Farkas. Eddie!
What's up?
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only at Mick and Ralph's.
And yet you're screaming it out loud. The kids usually eat that rat, so we're doing them a favor. Getting them their lunch. Oh, she's not in there this time. She's out here.
Evening.
There she is. Where are you going?
Are you here to drop off medical supplies? Leave them with the rest in the middle of the courtyard.
Need medical supplies?
Rates of injury and illness in Freeside are very high. Supplies don't last long.
What do you need?
Med-X, Radaway, and Fixer are Freeside essentials. I can't pay you for any supplies you bring in, but I could discount the charge for our services.
Seems like you need a steady supply, not just whatever I can grab for you.
So far, the Crimson Caravan won't cut us a deal. If you can convince them or some other merchant to work with us, I'll discount supplies to you.
Which merchants might be willing to make a deal?
You might ask around at Mick and Ralph's, or go see the Garretts, though I suspect they're too busy poisoning Freeside to help it out.
You've got yourself a deal.
Just come see me when you've got some supplies to turn in. What do you want to talk about?
Things seem pretty rough here in Freeside.
More than rough. It's a damn mess. Freeside townies are constantly picking fights with NCR civilians. Thugs and thieves are always looking for a victim, and the local families are just sitting back making caps on the mess. Freeside is in dire need, but no one has been man enough to step up. The followers can only do so much to stem the tide.
Is there anything I can do to help?
There is always something needing done. A few souls here in Freeside could be great assets to the community if they'd kick their addictions. We need a regular supply of medicine organized, but the Crimson Caravan wants too many caps for what we need. Lastly, tensions between the townies and NCR tourists have been going downhill fast lately. A lot of innocent people will get hurt if things blow up.
You said something about helping addicts?
Yes, old Bill Ronte and Jacob Hoff. They're not going to kick their habits on their own.
Tell me about Bill Ronte.
Old Bill Ronte is an exceptionally skilled machinist. He could fix the problems we've been having with Freeside's water pump, if he sobered up.
Tell me about Jacob.
The Garretts hooked Jacob on chems when he was working for them. Ironic, since he used to homebrew detox chems. He's a natural chemist.
Where should I start looking?
In Freeside, the drunks and drug addicts flock in and around the Atomic Wrangler. I'd start there.
I'll see what I can do to help them.
Sobering them up and putting them back to work would go a long way toward helping Freeside. What do you want to talk about?
If I wanted to calm things down in Freeside, where would I start?
The big man around here is the king. Not much happens in Freeside that he doesn't know about. He has the most influence locally, and some of his crew haven't helped the situation by harassing NCR citizens and charging double for water. Some NCR soldiers have been bringing in supplies, but none of it is going to Freeside locals. I've tried to speak to both sides to no avail.
How sad. Let's talk about Freeside.
What did you want to know?
What's all the fuss about the water pump?
Bill Ronte installed that pump a few years ago, back when he was sober. It was a major improvement for the community. But lately, the Kings have started charging locals to use it, and NCR squatters twice as much. That'll come to no good.
Who are the Kings? Even though I've been sent by them.
They've been Freeside's gang for the past 5 years or so, ever since Mr. House and his 3 families pushed everyone else out of Vegas. They've done a lot of good for the community, but that seems to be changing. The flood of NCR squatters has been an affront to them. I guess that explains the situation with the water pump. Usually, the king wouldn't let his crew bully folks around like that.
What do you know about Mick and Ralph?
I know they sell a lot of guns, as if that's what Freeside needs. I hear Mick handles the guns. No idea what Ralph does.
Tell me about the Van Graffs.
Oh, them. They sell energy weapons, which are very popular with better-heeled prospectors looking to explore the wastes. Stay clear of them. Brother and sister are both psychopaths, though at least Gloria is rational. Jean-Baptiste likes killing.
Interesting. What's the Atomic Wrangler?
A den of iniquity. The Garretts do more than their share to keep the locals drunk or high enough to stay lazy. Their thugs, on the other hand, they keep wired on chems to stay dangerous. What is it with Freeside and brother-sister psychopath teams? What did you want to know?
What is this place?
The Old Mormon Fort serves as the regional hub for the followers of the Apocalypse. I am the administrator for this region.
What do you do here?
The followers of the Apocalypse aren't just interested in research. We care for our fellow man and do everything we can to help humanity. Here in Freeside, we provide food and medical services for those in need. We also have organized reconstruction efforts. With the help of Bill Ronte, we were able to install a water pump just west of here, but the Kings quickly took control of the pump.
Sorry. Hiccup. Who are the followers of the Apocalypse?
We arose from the boneyards of Edidum years ago. Since then, we have made it our mission to rebuild the wasteland and re-educate its inhabitants. We hope to forge a brave new world free of war and poverty by sharing knowledge and resources. Our primary goal is the free exchange of ideas. What do you want to talk about?
Do you know anything about NCR soldiers here in Freeside?
Only a little. A friend of mine, Major Elizabeth Kieran, has been handing out supplies to the poor a little west of here. What about it?
The king thinks those troops have been attacking locals.
I know something's got them riled up, but I've been too busy with other matters to really look into it. If you're looking into the matter, talk to Elizabeth. She's in charge of the operations here in Freeside, though she won't open up to you right away. If Elizabeth holds out on you, tell her that I sent you. She should be a little more forthcoming if you mention my name. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Nope. Don't know why she sits here with a long silence. Longest silence I've seen, and she did that last time too. I just kept her right there for a moment. Okay, the person she's talking about is in that direction, in this area. But we can't go through the door without a password, which Julia did not give us, or Julie. So we're going to retrieve it from someone over here.
Hello. Don't think I've seen your face before. Are you a citizen of the NCR?
Yes.
Ordinarily, I'd take your word on that. But lately, I've had several people lie and claim to be citizens just to take advantage of our program. But I've come
No.
up with a fairly simple way to tell who's lying. You up to taking a little test?
Sure.
This'll just take a few moments, and it's all stuff that any real citizen of the NCR knows. Okay, first question. Who was the most popular president in NCR history? Kimball, Tibbet, Tandy, or Peterson?
It's obviously Tandy.
Interesting.
Not really.
Okay, next question. What was the original name of the NCR capital? The Boneyard, Shady Sands, Aradesh, or Vault 13?
It was Shady Sands.
Fair enough. All right, last question. What animal is on the NCR's flag? A two-headed bear, an eagle, a two-headed snake, or a two-tailed lion?
A two-headed bear.
Very good. I'm happy to say you've proven you're definitely an NCR citizen, which
Cool.
means you qualify for our program.
Amazing.
Just head to the northwest part of town by the old train station. We start handing out supplies at 6 every night. There'll be some guards by the door, but just remember that the password is HOPE, and they'll let you by right quick.
Why couldn't you, like, be doing this closer to the area? Why you gotta be all the way over here? You're literally on the opposite end. Risking your citizens getting mugged before they get their food. Interesting. Oh my gosh, the lag right there.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
The water pump that Julie was talking about is right there. Am I screaming? What is that?
Hold up. What's the password?
Ooh,
Go ahead.
Here you go. I hope this helps. Welcome. There's food and water here for any citizen of the NCR. Please, have some.
thanks. Now I'm over encumbered, I'm pretty sure. Are you with the NCR military?
Yes. I'm a major in the Supply Corps, which is where this food and water comes from.
Thanks for the food.
You're quite welcome. If you meet anyone who needs food or water in the area, please tell them about this place.
That's great. I wasn't done talking.
Yes? Was there something else you needed?
Yes. Do you serve food to locals as well?
No, I'm afraid we don't. Don't you have a friend you wanted to bring in?
Why don't you serve locals?
That's not really a pleasant topic of conversation. Let's just say we have our reasons.
Well, Julie Farkas told me to ask. She said it was important.
You know Julie? Not everyone in the NCR sees eye to eye with the followers, but they're okay in my book, mostly because of her. If you really want to know, we sent an envoy to the king, offering to coordinate the relief effort.
And the king refused?
In a manner of speaking. Our envoy was brutally beaten and only barely survived. My superiors ordered the relief mission scrapped. I managed to get clearance to carry out the mission anyway, but with greatly reduced support. Now there's not enough supplies to go around, even if I wanted to serve the rest of Freeside, which I don't. That's all in the past now. I should get back to work. Say hi to Julie for me.
Okay. Oh, yeah. We're over encumbered. Because she gave us food. Alrighty. We'll go this way. There's a door over here that we can go through. Make it faster. But, we're gonna stop it right here. Hopefully, OBS didn't, have such a bad time today recording my garbage. So if this, gets uploaded, hope you have a good night, you have a good day, keep it safe, and, yeah, goodbye.